Okay, so I'm gonna make this video, two separate videos. I've walked around 13 laps around my neighborhood, so I got the walking done for the day. But I keep making these videos too long, so I'm gonna make them short so people don't lose interest. So I'm gonna make it quick. For the first thing, the morgue, it did not work out. They let me go because I kept throwing up, dead animals. I couldn't handle it, but I wanted to keep going for a few more weeks until I found a different job. But they wouldn't allow that, so they just let me go yesterday. And yeah, so that's the update on that. Is that Justin? Hold on. Oh. Bill, where's the kid? I thought you were sheeping. You're like, oh, how long did you sleep for? Like 3 hours? Oh, hi Bill.
Hi.
Check out your hair.
I know. It worked, huh?
Yeah.
Look at that. And then can you tell the black got like darker?
Yeah. No, I noticed that. I just wasn't sure.
I honestly didn't think it was gonna take. I thought it was gonna look like shit, but Maddie actually did a really good job.
I thought you guys were dyeing her hair.
We are, but when I was at Walmart with Maddie, and we were looking at hair dye, I was like, maybe I should like re-dye my green at least. And then that's when Maddie was like, you might as well get black and like re-dye your other side too, so it's not like brown and green. So then I bought me my hair dye, she bought her hair dye, and then I did the tips last night, which is basically about to like.
Which is blonde.
Here. Yeah, and then I.
Oh,
and then
yeah, when she was saying she was blonde,
I
I was
go
like,
to
what the fuck
her
are you
house
talking
tonight,
about?
I'm gonna be dyeing it red, so it's gonna be red.
Okay, because when she was saying I'm blonde now, I'm like, what?
She was just joking, but it's because she likes how the bleach looked on her. But
Yeah,
I guess all her family member tells her that she would look ugly like a blonde. She would look ugly as a blonde. So Maddie's like, "Fuck you, I look good."
Yeah, she's like, well, we'll see about that. When she said that, I was genuinely like, what is she? When she said that, I was genuinely like confused. I'm like, okay, yeah, you look great as blonde. You got the baby? Oh, the baby, yeah. That was rhetorical. Hey, baby. Hi, baby. Oh, she's so cute. You're so cute. Oh. Hey, hey, hey. Hi, baby. Oh, she don't want me. Hi, baby. Yeah, she like, no. I'm hungry. Dude, those potatoes that you made the last time, those were the bomb diggity, dude. Are you guys making those again?
Probably.
Oh, yeah. And then what else are you guys making? Like bacon and
Biscuits and gravy, I would imagine.
awesome. Can you make the potatoes too, please? Dude, those were fucking awesome, dude. Those were super good. Yeah, those potatoes were bomb, dude. She's like, I can't look at myself.
Why did you put it there?
You dump it out, it's like full of air.
Okay, so I'll be in my room real fast and then I'll come back out. So anyway, like I was saying, yeah, the morgue. It did not work out. They let me go. And, they told me I wasn't a good fit, so, for throwing up. So I was like, oh, and my headphones turned off. That's okay, because I needed them off anyway. So with that being said, I have been in the process for looking for another job. And, yeah, I've applied to a few places at the mall. My mom's actually applied me to some pretty decently sounding places. And, yeah, so that's the first update on this. And I guess I can knock it out real quick, but again, I don't want to make the video too long because I tried to do a story time, and so I'll try to make it quick. There have been 3 attempts before this one, so technically 4. This is my 4th one, but I have a very good feeling about it. I of attempting to get a revolver of some kind. So after I got the Walther, or actually before I got the Walther, I actually wanted a revolver. I watched this movie called Death Wish, and that's how I saw the Colt Police Positive for the first time. And I wanted a Colt Police Positive. And me being a dumb kid in high school, thankfully I never did. Snapchat's a shitty thing. That's why I'm not on Snapchat anymore, because there's a lot of whack people on there. I tried asking people, basically to obtain a Colt Police Positive. I wanted 32. They had a Glock. No, I want a Police Positive 32. Do you got a 32 revolver? No, we got a Glock. I want a 32. I want a 32 revolver. And I'm not going to say who I was talking to. I don't even really know their names anymore or who they were. And then, thankfully, I never got an illegal firearm. Thankfully, I never did. So with that being said, all the guns I have now are legal and all that stuff. So, but I have attempted to get a Police Positive while I was in high school, because that was the only gun I really wanted. And it was 32, so 32 ACP, that's what I was thinking, but it's actually 32 Smith & Wesson, which they don't make those anymore. So either way, I wouldn't be able to find it. So I got the Walther. I graduated, got the Walther. I wanted to get a revolver, again, because I had an automatic, so I wanted a revolver. So 6 months later, I moved here, and I went to Father's Pawn Shop, which is where I got my Glock, and I went in there, and I just had my eyes set for a Police Positive, or just some, I only want a couple old guns, just so you know. I would like a Colt Police Positive, typically 38 special, because 32 Smith & Wesson, 38 Smith & Wesson, they don't make those anymore, and they're expensive, let alone, I mean, they rarely do, but nobody ever uses them, and, 32 ACP is expensive as well. So with that being said, I wanted a Police Positive, at the time it was any year, and then for another old gun, because I'm trying to get only new guns, but this is another exception of an older firearm, as long as it's rarely used, wear and tear, very little, not really used, good condition for being the age that it is, well taken care of, for previous owners selling. Any kind of Mark 1, Mark 7, Mark 19 Desert Eagles. I don't care if it's 357, 44, or 50, as long as it's the older ones, without the Picatinny rails, the new designs nowadays. I would like the older ones with the original, the 2 little prongs on the top of the gun where you could screw on a scope, just old school Desert Eagle. Old school Desert Eagles, Mark 1, 357, 44. I don't think they make 44 for Mark 1. Mark 7s have 357 and 44, and then Mark 19 does 357, 44, and 50. Just any of the old school Desert Eagles. I wouldn't really care. I wouldn't really care which one. Just a Desert Eagle of any kind that's not new, even though people would want a newer one better, but I want an older one. So typically a Mark 1, 357, but if I could find any other kind of calibers, 44 or 50, I don't mind, as long as the wear and tear is very minimum, not fairly used, not fairly shot, good condition. That's all I want, so but anyway, yeah, the Police Positive and any sort of old revolver, as long as it's just very low minimum, same shit, why am I'm repeating the same thing, but, and then an older Desert Eagle, same thing. So with that being said, you know, I went to the pawn shop. I had a Walther. I asked them if they had any Cult Police positives. They told me they were actually getting one in. It was a 1919 38. They didn't tell me if it was special or Smith & Wesson. So I was like, oh, fucking cool. So I tried to get it. My mom and I agreed that we should get a newer gun because it was made in 1919, like I said. So get a new revolver. That's, you know, I'm the first buyer and all that crap. So we're like, okay. So then, months later, I tried to get a Colt Python, which I did actually explain in private videos, but I never actually made them public. So they will be public down the line. But, you know, this is the first time I'm actually mentioning that. And, you know, I had to cut it off. I had to cut that one off because I didn't have $1,600 in 3 months. There was no way I was going to get that. And then I tried, literally, I tried going for a cheaper revolver. You know, I was like, instead of the Python, because it's $1,600, let's try going for a Smith & Wesson that was $900. And I had to cut that off, too, because I got let go from the gym. And not let go, but I quit. And, you know, it just... I needed that money, so I got that pulled out, and then I got that used for my car. And now we're on my 4th attempt, you know, to sum it up, that this gun is also a Cult Police positive, special, in 38 special, 1977, for $500, you know, so I couldn't pass it up. So that's going to be my new gun, you know, 38 special, Cult Police positive. I am only going to make one shooting video on it. Maybe a few rarely. You know, I rarely go shooting anyway, but I don't want to shoot that gun as commonly as I do the other ones where I take all the guns every single time. That gun is going to be kind of just a rare piece of history that I have rarely to be shot a few times, you know, and... You know, just to say, hey, I have a Colt, I have an old revolver, it's a rare revolver, and I got it for, and $500 is a steal for the condition that it's in. So, that's where I'm at, you know, I'm going to get that, and then I'm going to have that's going to be my first revolver. It's going to be older than me, and it's going to be, you know, other things I can confirm about it. They do not know the history of the gun. They know that it was not used in any crime, with the wear and tear being very minimal, and, you know, it looks to be in really good condition. Well, they say it was rarely fired, you know, it wasn't fired very often, very few times. It was possibly just a safe gun, a home defense gun, you know, that was just given away because they didn't want it anymore or they didn't need it, and it was probably somebody's grandfather's or dads, you know, because it's 1977, you know, that's 46 years ago. You know, that's, you know, it could have been somebody's dad, you know, that might have had it and just kept it for protection, and they decided to sell it. You know, they just didn't really need it, you know, they needed other things, you know, they didn't want to get rid of it, whatever, you know, but they never really used it. So, too often, you know, they probably shot it, but it has no criminal background, you know, because they do police background checks on all the older firearms that is brought back to a pawn shop or being sold by an individual, you know, and that's an older gun. And yeah, so that's where I'm at. So a new revolver coming in soon. I actually have pictures of it as well. You know, I will make a community post when I actually get the gun, you know, so if I talk about it in future videos, it's just out of excitement because I'm one-track minded, I guess, you know. It's $500, so I put 150 down on it, so I owe another 396, which could be paid off fucking easily, you know, within the next few months or so. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm gonna, you know, give it a shot. So you know, it doesn't have a case. It did come with a holster, so I'm actually gonna not put it in here, but, you know, if I ever take it to the range, I'm gonna put it in here because there's no case. You know, the other guns I don't need to do that because it has the case. So, you know, I have that, you know, but the gun won't be paid off for the next couple of months. So I don't think we're gonna go to the range anytime soon if I'm paying off this gun. So yeah, so I'm gonna clean it and lube it when I get it as well. I'm gonna watch a YouTube tutorial on how to clean it and lube it. I'm not just gonna put lubricant all over it and then just call it a day. So it'll be fun. You know, I'm gonna clean it. It's just cleaning out the cylinders and the firing pin and whatever else, you know. So lubricating the parts, you know. So really good gun for the age that it is. So video of that coming soon. So that's the announcement I wanted to give out. I don't know if I spoke about it in the past, but you know, this is the first time I'm actually saying it's been confirmed, because I tried doing a private video, you know, to keep the videos just in case if it did go through, so then I could private it. But you know, when it didn't go through originally, because originally it was a no, because I only had $50, and they wanted 150, so I was like, fuck, you know, and I wasn't gonna get paid from the morgue until I didn't know when, and yeah, you know, so in the end I got it, you know, and not with me, but you know, I got it to where it's not going to go anywhere. I have to make the payments, and it'll be all right, you know. I'll make it, I'll manage. So I'm gonna go now. I'm glad I got this video shortened. Too bad I never nailed it the first time during my walk, but I did go walking 13 laps around the neighborhood, and yeah, so new gun coming soon, and it's a very interesting one. So goodbye for now.